What's going on, guys? It is the Welcome to Cooperville podcast, episode number 31, as we kind of jump around a little bit here. This podcast is brought to you by Midwest Meals, my friends at Midwest Meals and MidwestMeals.com. By the way, go to our Instagram page, welcome_to_Cooperville, and go to our highlights and check out the great videos that we did with my man Dan Beck and the crew over at Midwest Meals, and talk about that 10% off your initial order. What you need to do is go to MidwestMeals.com, pick out the meals that you're interested in, and at the checkout, enter promo code Cooper, and you get 10% off that first order. Meals ready to heat, ready to eat, and ready to go, getting you on the fast track to better eating habits, counting those macros, watching those calories, and on your way to a healthier, leaner you. MidwestMeals.com, hashtag MidwestFitFam. The podcast is also brought to you by Violent Gentlemen Hockey Club. Hockey season is in full effect, and you don't want to be wearing that old jersey. No. Upgrade your attitude level. ViolentGentlemen.com. Check out their gear. They do have jerseys, but they got their own kind of vibe to them, and you want to be part of the Violent Gentlemen culture. Jerseys, shirts, hats, hoodies, they have it all. Even rain jackets. Those have come in handy in the Midwest the last couple of weeks. Go and check out the stuff that they have, and then at checkout, use promo code Cooperville15 and get 15% off your first order at ViolentGentlemen.com. And the podcast is brought to you by Monster Energy. It's what fuels my day. You know how I roll. I have first morning, I have second morning, I have third morning, and then the rest of the day. By the time mid-afternoon comes around, gonna need me an Ultra Zero or a Monster Hydro to get me through the rest of my afternoon, because there's too much stuff to do. When you're on the go, when you hustle, you got to have that extra kick in the ass, and that's what Monster Energy provides. By the way, if you're avoiding all of that, it's fall, I'm going to put a bunch of weight on, you're still hitting the gym and hitting it hard and heavy, check out Muscle Monster for the proteins that you need for that recovery process. Hashtag Monster Podcasts. My guest on this episode of the Welcome to Cooperville podcast is Puddle of Mudd frontman Wes Scantlin. We didn't have much time together, but the time we did have, I think we opened some eyes. The Wes Scantlin episode of the Welcome to Cooperville podcast starts right now.
Welcome to Cooperville. The Welcome to Cooperville podcast. On demand anywhere quality podcasts are available. And some places where cheap podcasts are available.
And the local gas station has some.
Subscribe, get updates, feel better about your life. Welcome to Cooperville.com.
Check.
Welcome to Cooperville. Make sure you use a coaster. The wife gets upset when we leave rings on the tables.
Hey, brother, I appreciate you taking some time out today. Really excited to chat with you about the new record, about the new Puddle of Mudd. Man, you got to be feeling great.
Yeah, I'm stoked, dude. Believe me.
The opening line of the presser, and I want to make sure everybody hears it. Rising from the ashes, and I think there may not be a better phrase to define Puddle of Mudd and your journey as well as that.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride, man. Wild ride.
But how does it feel to be able to get this music out? I know a lot of you've been through a lot of stuff. The road has been rough, but to be able to get this music in the fans' ears, how does that feel inside for you?
It's wonderful, man. It's like it's a galvanic experience, man. It's just I just kind of had to put my foot down and go, hey, man, this is happening, and this is the way it is, and I don't care how much traffic's in the road, but I need to get this music to the fans, man. So that's what I did.
How important is for you? I know you're with our pavement friends over there. How important is for you to have a great team around you to continue on this successful path?
That is the number one thing. I just wanted to get a great team, and fortunately, I've worked with a lot of these people, and over the years and stuff, and it just ended up being like a blessing totally in disguise, and I just I lucked out, man. I really did.
Do you feel like you're in in the best place that you've been in? I know that Puddle of Mudd has seen the highs of success and world traveled and done all these amazing things. Do you feel now with where the band is at, where you are at, that the world is about to be taken by storm?
Yeah, I mean, the guys that I'm playing with, we're all like really good friends, and we all get along. Everybody, the whole team, from management to the to the label, to the band, and everybody that's even on tour with us. Everybody just likes keeping everything on a positive mode. In between, like, people, just a positive attitude. So it's really good to basically say thank you to God, man. Thank you for putting us all together, and we're all having a great time.
Yeah, I think that's an important part of it, because you don't want to go out there and have all this positivity and yet not be enjoying every single moment of it.
Yeah.
Having a chance to be on the road, obviously out doing shows. How great has it been to hear the fans' reaction, not only to the new music, but also to Puddle of Mudd being back and kicking people in the face?
Yeah, it's just totally rad. The main goal is really just to get a new record so people can have some new music to listen to. And then I've been hearing fans go like, where's the new record? It's been like, it's like a broken record. And it's like, my God, it's just, I just had to like basically change all my playgrounds and playmates and just get all this negative vibe people out of my life, which are totally and completely out of my life now, thank God.
How therapeutic has it been, this process of getting this record out? Has it been good for you?
It's wonderful, man. Thumbs up. Let's roll. Let's rock and roll, man.
And that's the thing, rock and roll has, at its roots, it is about overcoming. It is about rising up. It is about kind of taking a stand and being able to kind of grab life by the balls a little bit and say, no, we're not done yet. We're coming back and coming out swinging with this new record.
Yeah, that's absolutely, completely correct, brother.
2020, are we back on the road doing the thing?
Yeah. We're just going to take a little bit of time, maybe spend a little bit of time with our families for once. I have been going strong for a long time, and I love to just spend like a Christmas with my family and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's an important piece to the whole puzzle too. Is understanding that you do have the album out, you got some new music back in people's ears, but you do need to have that support on the road. And know that you have that support at home, and you can go home and actually enjoy it and be a part of it, and be in the family photo and all that stuff.
I like touring, but it's time to just have a little bit of time with the family and stuff like that. So that's really, really nice.
I appreciate the time and getting a chance to do our part to help get this out, because I think it is so important to let the world know, loud and proud about Puddle of Mudd and Wes Scantlin being back. This is an important tale that rock and roll will have to tell and will be able to tell until the end of time.
Yeah, I know. It's wonderful, man. I'm glad it worked out like this. I'm happy I'm still alive even, there were some bad people trying to take me down, man. So fortunately, man, I kept God first place all the time. And, as long as you keep God first place, then you are doing great, He'll defend you every way possible.
Well, that's awesome, brother. Again, like I said, I appreciate the time. Everybody go and grab the new record. It is available not only in physical copy, but also for all you digital download people. It's available there as well. And Wes, congratulations again on the new record, on the place that you're at, getting all that positivity back in your life. You're an important piece of the rock and roll puzzle, man, and we're glad you're a part of it.
I appreciate it, Cooper, man, from the bottom of my heart, man.
Thanks, Wes. We'll talk soon.
All right. Ciao, brother. Thanks, you.
Man. Well, there you have it, folks. My conversation with Wes Scantlin. Again, I believe Wes and his team thought it was a radio interview, and we're kind of beyond that. If you've followed the program, this is more about the conversations that we have with artists and with individuals, with entrepreneurs, with motivators, to really kind of go in depth and talk about overcoming and finding your self-motivation. But I do think that Wes touched on some really good points in there that I have an opportunity now to kind of expand upon. And we've mentioned this many times on the podcast, and that's the people that you surround yourself with. Wes, they shot to success really early on in their career with their first album. A lot of hits, a lot of touring, a lot of being on the road, and in a time where trouble was on the horizon. And, Wes did have some rough patches there. There were times I would get calls from venues back when I was in radio, and they would ask about bringing Puddle of Mudd in to do a show. And my recommendation was, you may want to consider what the outcome could be. because Wes was not in a good place. He mentioned in our interview that the people that he had surrounding him were really bringing him down and bringing him into some dark places. And so I think you need to look at that in your own life and find out if there's somebody, some people, your group, your crew, your posse, whatever you call them, that are holding you back, maybe from taking a step in a certain direction that you're really, really interested in going in, or maybe they're holding you in a holding pattern with some things that make you comfortable, whether it's partying, whether it's being lazy and not really doing anything except going through the motions. So I'm super duper proud of Wes for being able to kind of take that step back, get himself cleaned up, and really come back with a vengeance. They were out and did a bunch of shows. I believe it was for over a year with him being completely clean, and the shows just got better and better and better. And Wes Scantlin and Puddle of Mudd, the brand itself, was back in full force, and obviously with the new record, wishing them nothing but success in the future. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Welcome to Cooperville podcast. Please make sure whatever platform you're listening on, whether it's on your iPhone, whether it's on your Android device, if you're listening online, wherever it is that you get your Welcome to Cooperville podcast fix from, make sure you subscribe, hit that button so every time we drop a new episode you get a little update and you can stay up with what we've got going on here on the podcast. Also, make sure you're paying attention as we have launched our own Mondays segment. Every single Monday we are live on our YouTube channel talking about things to get your week off on a positive note. A lot of people struggle with the first day of the week. How can you overcome that? How can you implement small things into your day to kind of at least make it a little more enjoyable and less, it's Monday. Got to get rid of that attitude. That is available on YouTube, and then later on in the day we do post it on our podcast feed. Also, please don't forget to follow us on all of our social media outlets. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we are on the Twitter. Just search for Welcome to Cooperville and hit the follow button. And feel free, leave comments, ask questions. I love interacting with everybody there on the social platforms. Love engaging, love answering questions, love coming up with ideas. Again, this whole thing is about a journey. I'm not in any position to, offer huge amounts of advice. I can just take the things that I'm learning as I move on in my life and pass them along and maybe encourage, inspire, and instill a little bit of hope into your life. That's what we've built here on the Welcome to Cooperville podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time.